Hello, hello, hello. Okay, let me move this. Boom. Let's get this up. How is everyone? Let's move this over. Where is it? Let me just getting the chat up on my phone. There we go. Hello, Andy. Hello, Katie. Hello, Spud. Hello, Justine, John, DZ, Gustus. How are you all doing? How is everyone doing? Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're... Let me just move. I think I need to move this way. There we go. Get it a bit more central. Hello, Garen. Hello, Chris, Ian, Colin. How's everyone doing? Obviously, we just had CPI and stuff come out, which was interesting. So huge moves up on gold. And yeah, I think now's a good time to sort of be at the charts, come up with some levels, and see what we can find. Better today. Nice, Matty. Just getting a full English on. Chris, I'll have one. Send one over. Hello, Andy. Just getting a nice little buy. Nice, Katie. Very, very nice. Hello, Jonathan. Hello, Nisi. Yeah, I did see Leon put in a very nice buy earlier as well. I removed sort of most things off so we can start afresh. But, and to highlight in the private group, the VWAP. I mean, the VWAP these past couple days has just been crazy good. Like, every bounce, then when we break through with significant volume. I do very much really like VWAP. Can we buy? Ahmed, you can buy now. Whether you should, I don't know. I wouldn't personally enter a buy right now. No, I left my buy position at 4590 and just flew up, going for a drive to clear my mind, let myself down today. Not really left my buy position. Okay, that's unfortunate, Gustus. Definitely letting those trades ride. But Gustus, that's something that you build up over time. And I quite like what you're doing there. You're going for a drive. I used to do this all of the time. Whenever trading is very mentally taxing, so I'd go on drives all of the time. Had some trades open, ended up break even, but happy with at least no losses. That's the way to be, Justine. That is the way to be. And it shows true progress. Being happy at the end of a day when you just break even, that is something to be happy about. Most people in trading lose money. So to break even and to be happy about it shows true emotional and mindset growth. So really nice work. You've just gone for a sell here. Oh. I don't know. I just, in this market, I'm not thinking about sells really at all. But if you've got confluence there, then don't let me wave it. Go for it. Hello, Nathan. But yeah, let me know how your day's going. Let me know how your day's been at the chart so far. Let me know what you're looking for. And if you've got any questions regarding trading, regarding the private group, regarding anything like that, then I'm here. Just drop a comment in the comments section. I'll happily answer any questions. And yeah, I am currently in buy positions still, which is going well. Just been sort of layering them up a bit over the past few days. With everything I've been putting in the private group, just been layering them up. I mean, the bias to the upside has been very, 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 very clear. With everything that's going on, sort of fundamentally, and also just with what the chart's looking like. I mean, it's just screaming buys. So yeah, I'm just going to look to add to those buys even more. TP and profit, so I'm safe. Nice, Matthew. Very nice. Played super safe today. Only traded one account. Has small 450 loss yesterday. So took it as a losing day and stopped, but made 550 today. Nice, Danny. That's the way to go, mate. Yeah, rock solid mentality there, and bringing it straight back today, which is good. And that is something important, which is Danny said there rightly so, is when you have 1-2 losing trades in a day, just leave the charts. Like, you really you'll just shoot yourself in the foot by continuing, really, because your mentality's gone. Understanding when your mentality isn't at its sharpest and just leaving is the way to go. There's always another day. There's always more profits to make. Another rainy day for the postman. Is it? I bet the weather's not too good right now. Hope you're doing well, Andy. Anyway, hope you're doing well. I was just discussing with the private funding team that we have inside the private group about when are we getting another member out to Dubai. So that's going to be very soon as well. And yeah, I don't know. We could do it very, very soon. So just trying to figure out who, when, and going from there. But yeah. But let me know if you've got any questions, guys, and let's start looking into this. So, want to mark this up. I do really like the VWAP right now. It's so strong. We haven't retested it after this huge move after news as well. VWAP is coming dead on golden pocket with this previous high as well. Very nice. Let's put the volume profile. Where's the volume profile? Boom. Okay, there we go. So we got golden pocket plus point of control plus VWAP. There we go. Nice level. It is under the condition that we don't break this high. If we break the high, then the golden pocket's invalidated and we won't take the trade. So yeah. Boom, there we go. It's a nice first level. Gold will going down or not. Ahmed, it'll go up, down, whatever. I think, judging by your questions, Ahmed, you're fairly new to trading. I personally don't care what it's doing right now. I come up with a plan. If it does this, do this. If it does this, do this. And I share exactly that inside the private group, which is linked on the YouTube description if you want to get access to that. But I don't care what it's doing right now. If it does this, I'll do this. If it does this, I'll do this. I'm not just looking at the chart now. I think it's going to go down. I'm going to enter a sell position. Or I think it's going to go up. I'm entering a buy position. That's just not sustainable over the long term. I plan, again, if this happens, I do this. If this happens, I do this. Sit at my desk with my dog on my lap, blowing the chart up for Craig to hit his insane TP. Love that, Gus. I saw everyone in the chat on about blowing up the chart. I thought it was hilarious. Chart over a bit. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I can see that now. There we go. We are having a nice pullback. I do think this high here, a retest of that high plus VWAP would be very, very, very nice. I mean, it's clearly a strong level. We've tapped it multiple times, and there's been just a lot of liquidity at those levels. And so looking for a retest of that level, because we did break out with substantial volume, is something that we definitely can look for. I am currently in a buy position and looking to continue to add to it. And yeah. Hello, Geo. So yeah, I think markets are very bullish right now. Obviously, gold has boomed to the upside, formed a little range, and then likelihood is continue to boom to the upside. There's nothing really stopping it from booming. And then in America, things are a bit crazy right now, so that's obviously fueling it as well. For a long time, so on the YouFunded account, I don't hold buys too much because I want to sort of treat it as like a hedging account. So I like hedge against buy positions which I've got open on other accounts. So on other accounts, I've had buy positions open for a long time, and I'll just keep on chipping away. So maybe I'll take 20% out, then I'll take another 20%, then I'll take 10%, then I'll take 5%, then I'll take 4%, then I'll take 3%, and I'll just keep on chipping away. If my bias to the upside is extremely strong and I've got a lot of conviction, all of them trades have been day trades, and they've just slowly progressed into swing trades, and I never really close on main accounts, I never really close the position fully. I always just keep chipping away. If it comes all the way back down and hits stop loss or whatever, or my or like the regime shifts, then I'll look to get out. But other than that, I'm pretty happy. Yeah, Marty, we had a huge move up on news about, I don't know how long ago now. It was about 30 minutes ago. So that resulted in a big impulse move to the upside and then a continuation to the upside as well after it. So yeah, that definitely does impact price. One thing we can look at is these highs here. Just entered a golden pocket with money flow, but it doesn't really line up. We can see. I think this gives us a good indication of how strong price will be. So I've entered this golden pocket. The fact that we've having a move off it does highlight the level of bullishness, especially that level of move. That's quite a big move. So a possible return around that green box before. Yeah, Justine, it's not. I'm not saying price is going to come to the green box. I'm saying if it does, I'll look to enter buy positions. If it doesn't, then it doesn't matter. But if it does, then I'll look for buy positions. Andy, so by the way, big bounce off that golden pocket. That was nice. So Andy. Basically, VWAP is volume weighted average price. It's dynamic support and resistance. So what I mean by dynamic is, let's say you've got a basic daily level or a basic 4-hour level or something like that. It doesn't move. Okay, it's rock solid. Whereas VWAP constantly moves. It's dynamic. It's on the move. And each day, you can see, it resets at the start of each day. You can see how it jumps. It jumps up here. You can see it jumps here. It jumps here. It resets at the start of each day. And if bulls, so buyers, are looking to control the market, then they're going to want to maintain price above the VWAP, and they'll be using buy positions at the VWAP to keep price above the VWAP in very, very simple terms. And if sellers want to control the market and they're in control, chances are they will hold price below the VWAP. And again, set a lot of orders. A lot of algos, institutions use the VWAP to set orders because there's a lot of liquidity there. And so the VWAP is just like that. It's just dynamic support and resistance. When price comes into the VWAP from above, chances are we can see a bounce up. When price goes up into the VWAP, chances are we can see a rejection and a pullback down. And so using that with other areas of confluence like Fibonacci, other volume levels, etc., can produce very, very nice levels. And it's always good to have static levels. So, for example, a naked point of control, and a dynamic level, for example, VWAP or maybe an EMA, if you like those. Gustus, try and drop me a message on the support Telegram. I'm a lot more active on there, and I literally clear messages every day on there. Try to anyway. So yeah, try and drop me a message on that one if you can. Paul, so this golden pocket here. Yeah, I can talk again. Gold is bullish. Does that automatically? No, it can still mean that it can mean USD is weak, and most of the time it does. But it can also just mean that gold is very strong. Right now, though, because basically, I did mention this on last night's live, but because it's hilarious. Basically what's happened is the Federal Reserve in America have overspent on the Federal Reserve building. It was meant to cost like 2.7 billion and it cost like 3.1 billion or something like this. And so they're getting sued for like overspending. And Trump says he's not suing them, but and Trump said he wants to sue Jerome Powell, which is the Fed chairman, before for incompetence, because basically Trump wants interest rates to go down. So borrowing money is cheaper, so more people borrow money, which fuels the economy, makes the economy look really good. There's more money everywhere, business is booming, everything's good. It looks good in the short term, but in the long term, it causes worse inflation, heated inflation, basically, which is obviously bad, devalues the currency, and a good hedge against inflation is gold, and it always has been, and probably always will be. And so if we see a lot of pressure on the Fed by the president, even though the president doesn't have any direct control over the Fed and they act without outside of the political regime, if that makes sense. There's still a lot of pressure on them to decrease interest rates, which would cause inflation, and therefore a hedge against inflation is gold. So to hedge against that outcome, there's a lot of money flowing into gold. So that's basically a rundown. Previous high, yeah. I thought I did put previous high. Good spot. Good spot. Yeah, that sounds good. Gustus, that's fine. So whatever you want, but Trump is actually smart. I mean, I don't think. I think when looking at that stuff, I think when looking at anything political, I think it's important to. Although I do think some people in politics do appear to be very dumb, I think thinking they are dumb is naive. I think these are very, very, very powerful, very smart people, extremely smart. Most of them just academically smart and not necessarily street smart, like what's going on in the world smart. But to think that the president of the United States, someone who has built a lot of businesses, multi-billionaire, extremely well connected, isn't an extremely smart individual, regardless of your opinions of him, he is definitely smart. So yeah, and he's crazy though. I mean, suing the Fed chairman's crazy. What? Hello, Adam. Live is great. I appreciate that, Brent. Hope you're doing well, mate. And if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to drop a comment on the live. Or I do go live every single night, Sunday to Thursday, 8 p.m. UK time. And then most days I am going live during the day now, just answering any questions and yeah, marking up charts, see what we can find sort of midday after New York's opened. And yeah. Yeah. If you gold, you love Trump. Well, yeah, true. Max, how do you use fixed volume range profile? Nice, Brent. I look forward to you being part of the team, mate. But yeah, so fixed volume range profile. Basically, you drag it. That golden pocket there was very nice as well. So fixed volume range profile, you drag across a certain range. The best way to use a lot of things in trading is to just use it on previous price action. Just chuck it on your chart and see what it looks like. Okay, and sort of come up with a few things which you see. Okay, when price goes into value area low, it tends to go in up into the value area. So this is the value area low. Stuff like this, going on previous price action, marking them up, and then going on forward testing it to see if what you've said actually has any validity. That's very important. But just a rundown of it. This blue line, the top blue line, is the value area high. The bottom blue line is the value area low. When we go above the value area high, this line, that's considered a statistical anomaly. And so chances are we're going to fall back into the value area. And when we go below the value area low, chances are we're going to go back up into the value area because, again, it's a statistical anomaly for us to stay below that value area. Most of the volume happens in the value area, which is between the value area high and the value area low. And the highest volume node, where the most transactions took place, is the point of control. That's where the most volume was, the most transactions happened, basically. Hello, Lady H. Why are you fuming, Sam? And Adam, Ben messaged me, I think it was last night, saying about you being very, very close to passing that challenge. So definitely keep us updated with that, mate. This is gold, so XAU USD. It's really helpful. I appreciate that, Justine. I think we're continuing up from here now. I do think we've still got more room to the upside. We're definitely going to have a new all-time high within the next few days. I'm going to market night nurse to traders. Mark us out so we wake up and start placing trades during Asia while hard asleep. Lady H, that is a brilliant business model. I'll happily be the first investor in that. Been working my socks off. Nice, Adam. It'll pay off, mate. 100%. And did you get the thing that I messaged you about last night? It is fairly straightforward to set up, but it'll just allow us to cut down 2 sections in the Discord, and it'll make it far easier for you because it's just all in one app, and it's super, super nice. So it'll save you time, better for members, cuts down sections in the Discord. I think it's a no-brainer optimization to make, I think. Yeah, Brent, pretty much just gold. And the reason for this is, one, I think it's very important to not, especially when you're getting into trading, to not go crazy and try and trade every single pair. And this is because you want to sort of become a master of one, okay? If you try and master all, you're a master of none. And so focusing on one pair, becoming an expert on that one pair, learning all there is to know about that one pair, what news affects it, literally what price it's at every single day, how it moves and everything like that will improve your trading, in my opinion. Otherwise, you can just end up jumping from pair to pair to pair, and each pair moves differently. Each has different driving factors that impact it. And so jumping around, it's not good. And you can go full time and make an absolutely insane amount of money trading one pair just in one session. For example, just New York session. You don't need to trade a ton of different pairs at all. So I'm was in a boring production meeting. Hope it wasn't too boring, Lee. Hope you're doing well as well, mate. By the way, how do we get the VWAP on TradingView? Do you have to get premium TradingView? I don't think you need premium. So it's called, if you just type in VWAP, it's called volume weighted average price. I don't believe you need premium. I actually have no idea what version of TradingView you need for this. But volume weighted average price. And it's a good question, Brent. It's a very good question. I'm not buying now. I'm already in buy positions, and I'm just looking for potentially to add to those buy positions. Something which you'll see me do a lot is I never add to losers, I add to winners. So losing traders add to losing positions, in my opinion. There is a time and a place to sort of scale into positions to optimize your entry. But overall, losing traders add to losing positions because they want to claw back their losses. Whereas if you have a trade that's running in profit, you've proved your idea is correct. So why not add to that idea? Why not squeeze the most out of that idea? So I think buy is a correct idea. And so I'm going to look to add to those buy positions. All good, Elliot. And if you do have any questions, any sort of small questions, this, that, and the other, then let me know. Get back. Hoping this retest so I can get back. I've made profit on that. A small short though. Nice. Nice, Matthew. Looks, I don't know. VWAP. Yeah, Dave, VWAP's brilliant. I really do like VWAP. It's not like nothing in trading. It's not just going to be the greatest thing ever and just completely change your trading system overnight. But it can be that click you need to be. It can really make sense to you and be the thing you need in your system to really give you that edge to build it up over time. And so I really like it. I think definitely factoring VWAP with static areas of support and resistance is very good. And then your system actually makes sense. You know, you're using dynamic volume support and resistance, using static support and resistance. You're looking for good, decent retracements in price through Fibonacci and statistical edges, in the sense of if it does go past your level, that's an anomaly. Okay, if your idea is incorrect, that is an anomaly. It would be an anomaly for you to hit stop loss. That's the type of system that you really want. And so you're factoring in all these different things, which make sense and no one can really argue with, which is obviously really good. Can't wait to understand it fully. It'll come with time, Nathan, 100%. I'm hyped up today. First Red Bull I've had in ages. I did used to have a lot of caffeine, but I've taken a step back. So, oh man, Red Bull's just so good. Hi mate, I get a great entry at 44.57. Oh wow, very good entry. But closed just after news. A great trade, but now thinking I should have left partials to run through news like you have. Would have been even more. Who's that? Full-time Frankie. You've highlighted there perfectly. I think that's great. You've saw something. You've saw how you can optimize it, and so that's the best way to do. And maybe full-time Frankie, it might be worth looking at some previous trades that you've entered. If you had held partials on those trades, would you have made more money? That's a good sort of exercise to do. And I think no matter what, especially in a pair like gold that does over time trend to the upside, I think it's always good to leave those partials on. Obviously, it depends on your system, but I think letting runners run and not confining and constricting your profits is a nice idea. Jeez. VWAP's just dynamic support and resistance. It comes up on your chart, and basically it's this blue line here. And basically when price comes down into it, it acts as support. When price comes up into it, it acts as resistance. So basically when price comes down into it, you're looking to buy. When price comes up into it, you're looking to sell. Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually, you should be able to get it on the ColezTrades indicator. That's a good point, Chris. So on the ColezTrades indicator, which is inside the private group in the Discord section, you can get the ColezTrades indicator on your chart, which comes with VWAP on there, and that's completely free, like Chris says. Red Snapper with Vumanchu, I can't express enough how it very much is. Go back through your chart, look at where price has hit a level, look at where price is reversed, and look at what Vumanchu is doing. Because Vumanchu, if we look at it here, we look at it at the bottom, it is quite complicated and there's a lot of things going on, okay? And I look at it on loads of different time frames. I'm not looking for if it does this, do this. If it does this, do this. I'm not really looking for that. I'm looking at it. I'm using my experience from what I've seen Vumanchu look like on previous trades, and I'm using that sort of discretionary ability to enter trades according to what Vumanchu looks like and what I've seen it look like at similar points in the past. So I will do a video, but the best way to learn, and the best way to learn most things in trading, is to just go back through previous price action. At important lows or important highs, what does Vumanchu look like? Why does it react there? Okay, you've got all of the data you need to test things and do all of that stuff on your chart. That's the best way to really learn it, in my opinion. Even though Jordan, drop a message in the Discord or message me on Telegram. The full indicator wouldn't load. We can get that sorted. I do trade Bitcoin, but only when it's like there's a lot of volume in the market. Right now, there's no volume. So Bitcoin's actually what I've traded since I started trading. I got into crypto, started trading Bitcoin, then got into loads of altcoins. That went tits up, and then I continued with Bitcoin. Then I started with gold, and I basically stuck with gold and Bitcoin for the past 5-6 years. And so yeah, I do like Bitcoin, especially when looking at Bitcoin. Something that I will eventually, I've got a video on it actually, and I will eventually do a full breakdown on it. But if you are interested in crypto, Bitcoin, open interest, and CVD divergences. So you know how I do divergences on Vumanchu? If you look at open interest and CVD divergences, cumulative volume delta, those divergences are next level on Bitcoin and very, very, very good for scalping / day trading, but quite advanced. So that will require like a full breakdown. Still moving to the upside, looking good. Again, I'm in buy positions from over the past sort of bit of time, and so just looking to add to those positions as we move forward. But Nazar Flips, what do you trade, mate? Let me make sure this is all good. But yeah, let me know what you're looking for, guys. We are still 13k this week from moving stops. That is unfortunate, Sam. But those types of when those things happen, it is like a knife in the heart, and you remember it. Like, you do remember emotions. So as long as you remember it and you learn from it, that's important. Okay, Lady H has got the answers as per usual. Lady H is a beast. Chris, double tap. Yeah, I appreciate if you are liking the live, double tap on the screen just helps spread out the live. Big payout, I don't think I'll move it again. No, definitely, Sam. I think getting into the habit of moving that stop loss up, it might have messed you up this one time, but getting into the habit of moving that stop loss up, reducing risk. Again, risk in trading is the only thing you can control. No one, not me, not you, not anyone, no one can control what price does. No one knows what price is going to do, really. And so the only thing you can control is your risk. So making sure you do control it and you do everything in your power to make your risk management, like, dial it in. Dial it in. I think when you first start in trading, I think a good rule of thumb is to just have literally have the most basic system in the world. Like, I'm talking when price hits VWAP, okay? I'm going to use a 50 pip stop loss and a 50 pip take profit. Something like that. Give yourself a bit of breathing room. Whatever it may be, okay? And then just, now you've got that. You've got the system. When price hit VWAP, I'm going to enter with this stop loss, this take profit. The most basic. Then just do everything you can, back test the system, forward test the system, do everything you can to reduce your drawdown. Reduce your daily drawdown, reduce your weekly drawdown. Just do everything you can to conserve risk on the trade. Focus on that first. Then, after you've dialed in the risk, then focus on going into the profit side. If you're not losing money, then it's a lot easier to make money. I've only been trading BTC and altcoins for the past 2 years. I'm switching to gold and silver. Nice, Nazar. Take care with silver, especially with like scalping day trading. The conditions like spreads, fees, etc. aren't that good on silver. Obviously lower liquidity, and a lot of people are getting into it now because it's obviously boomed. So just watch out there, as you probably know. But gold, I do really like. Altcoins are just, man, they're too. It's a crazy space, altcoins is. Crazy space. So, yeah. I do know, I I only know one guy that really makes big money trading altcoins, and he does make serious money. He actually he applied to go to university and used his university loan to trade crypto, and made a ton of money. Like, that sounds like a sort of stupid and silly thing to do, but this guy's unbelievably smart. Like, he just so financially smart. It's insane. And so, yeah, really cool guy, actually. What a legend. Yeah, really, really nice guy. And he looks so much younger than he is. I thought, when I met him, and I knew a bit about him before meeting him, I thought he was a lot younger, but yeah, really nice guy, though. And he's one of those people who's super behind the scenes. Okay, this is looking good now. He's one of those people who's super behind the scenes as well. Like, you just, there's a few people I know that are like that, and they've got like 200 followers on Instagram, and I think it's so, yeah, crazy. Max Launcher and Coin got a community to back it. I don't know about that. That would come up with so many pain in the ass things. Yeah, that would just be a pain. And plus, I don't. The flaw in launching a coin is really, how do you stop snipers, like people sniping the coin when it's like first launched? I suppose I could maybe, like, I don't even know. I just like give out a set percentage of supply to the community, and once we hit sort of 10,000 members or something like that, then that's it. It's evenly distributed between the 10,000 members. But then what happens if people join after that? Like, I will never ever launch an altcoin. People will, regardless of how it's run and everything, people will lose far more money than they make. It's a net zero, it's a zero sum game. I just don't see the point. It would be funny, but I just don't see the point, and I don't want that to happen. So that will never happen. But it's an interesting thought. A whole lot of smart people in trading as a whole. 100%. 100%. I mean, yeah, and I think I like to think I know what I'm talking about a little bit. But then I do meet from time to time. I do meet just people who are like, they make me feel like I'm back in school. I'm like, what are you going on about? How are you? What is this? And yeah, it's crazy. One of them right now. I was tempted to put a screenshot in the Discord. He messaged me yesterday, and he was like, I'm back in the markets this week for 2026. I put back to him, shit, I'm getting out. So yeah, he's a very, 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 very smart guy. Reviewer goat, don't be so humble all the time. I appreciate that message, Chris. Can you see gold hitting between 46.30? Yeah. I've got no resistance there. It will likely hit that level. Yeah. Again, I don't, in trading, like, I'm not, no one is. I'm not like someone who, I know it's going here and it's probably going to react here and this, that, and the other. I really do. Although things sound somewhat advanced sometimes, what I do when you take a step back is, like, on the surface, and if I say it really simply, it is fairly simple. I look for a bias. I look for areas of confluence where I'm looking to take a trade from. Basically, I look for buy zones and I look for sell zones. When we go into a buy zone, I look for buys. When we go into a sell zone, I look for sells. Everything outside of that, I don't do anything. That's it. And so, for example, I'm in this buy position here. I don't know where it's going to go. As we move to the upside, I'll take partials off the trade. And yeah, I don't know where it's going to go, but I'm just going to take bits off the trade here and there, and yeah. I feel like jumping on a plane to see you for some one-to-one training to get head around it. Nathan, that sounds brilliant. I was properly starstruck when I met you riding around in your Pimperville. I appreciate that, Lady H. And for those who don't know, Lady H and Alan, I met in Dubai. They were here on their 17th millionth holiday in Dubai, and seems like they're always here. And went for some food with them, and it was an absolute pleasure to meet them both. So, higher time frame or draw and liquidity. So NASR, to define bias, fundamentals come into it, which that requires a whole different live stream. And B, I keep it simple in a sense of identifying volume profiles, identifying the direction we went into those volume profiles, and bias from that. If we go up into a volume profile, then I expect us to continue to go up on the other side, and then just fundamentally golds normally quite easy to determine a bias on. And then also just looking at a few other technicals as well. And then I've got my bias for the day, and then from there, yeah, looking for just buy zones and sell zones. Afternoon, Max. Hello, Darren. Hello. But Naz, I do use high time frames as well, so I often look at the daily. Sometimes I even hop onto the weekly. A lot of times I start the day looking at the 4 hour. I think it's important to get that higher time frame bias, that higher time frame environment. Just looking at your environment is very important. And then I'll zoom into my midterm time frames. That's the time frames where I'll look for actual setups. So I'll look for zones and everything like that. And then when we come to those zones, I'll look on the lower time frames at my confirmation time frames. Michael, very good. He sent me some videos actually earlier on today. Yeah, he's loving it. Wait, I don't know if you can. No, you won't be able to see it.
Sales, because I did pretty well last year with my trading journey. Max and his team actually.
Okay, I don't know if you could hear that, but yeah, he gave me like a rundown earlier. Afternoon, Max. Hello, Darren. Hello. Sorry, I'm late. I missed the link to say you went live. Okay. Any ideas where you would go from here up or down? Darren, I think right now, overall bias to the upside. However, in the meantime, I think a range here makes sense. After every impulse move, we do range to sideways. Like that happens after every impulse move. So anticipating a range here is very likely, but overall bias to the upside. I will look to take partials very soon, depending on this move here. So let me just zoom out a bit. I'm going to take some partials off this buy position. Here we go. Perfect. There we go. Sorted. Let me know if you've got any questions, guys, and I'll happily... oh, God, that was loud. And I'll happily answer any of them. Do you use stop loss or just close position if it goes the wrong direction? Always use stop loss. I always have a stop loss on every single trade. I think you need to have a stop loss, in my opinion. And so yeah, always have a stop loss. It's where my idea for the trade becomes invalidated. And plus, I need to know how much risk I'm risking on the trade. If I just decide I'm getting out of the trade here, I'm getting out here, I'm getting out here, then that risk is going to be different on every trade. Let's say, for example, on one trade, you lose £10. On another trade, you lose 50. On another trade, you lose 30. Your risk is all over the place. in my opinion, you need uniform risk. Risking a set pound amount on each trade. On this trade, I risk £20. On this trade, I risk £20. On this trade, I risk £20. That means that you're not being brought into a falsehood that your system is working, when in actuality you got lucky on a few wins and you were over risking on those few wins, drastically increasing your equity curve during that period of time, which is just not good, bringing yourself into a false sense of security, really. Whereas if you've got uniform risk across the trades, if your equity curve does increase a lot, then it's nothing to do with your increase in risk, it's to do with your edge, which is important, in my opinion. DB says full port. Oh no. We have formed new highs now, so I am going to pull this back here. Perfect. There we go. I just want to change this a little bit so it's more accurate to current price action. Take this off. Take this off. There we go. Max, I like how you explain it. I appreciate that, mate. I appreciate that. Price has gone mental. It has, Chris. It definitely, definitely has. And an important tip, which I've just remembered there, which I do think is it is quite important. It might help a few of you here. Is when you're marking up your chart and you've got all your lines on, you've got this and you've got that. Your chart can become sometimes a bit overwhelming. I do think it's important to have a duplicate chart that has no price action on, just so you can see the raw candlesticks. Like, what is actually going on? Like, I think that helps me. It's so nice when you're sort of marking everything up and then you go to just a clear chart, just to get that clearer picture, and just to take a step back and actually see what's going on. Because sometimes you get caught up in all of your things which you've got on the chart, and you forget to look at the actual candlesticks themselves, which is very important. Ollie says full port. Is everyone saying full port now? Also, I'm pretty sure it is criminal to make the money Craig is taken out of gold on most trades. I'm pretty sure it counts as robbery. Daylight robbery, Craig is. Daylight robbery. I don't know what his buy position's up to now, but yeah, he's daylight robbery, definitely. Now he's doing well. And I mean, WizKids and a lot of people on WizKids ladder system as well, crushing it. There's actually a serious amount of people in the group who don't talk as much on the live, they don't talk as much in the Discord, and they just give me like a progress update every like 2 weeks to a month, and they've been holding like positions open, like buy positions that we've entered in the private group open, like letting the partials go, and they are in big money. Like, sometimes I open a message, I'm like, what who is this? Yeah, it's crazy. About 14 hour 5 minutes. Whew. Wow. Quick 14 hour. Yeah. Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, that's a serious trade. I mean, a 14 hour trade, that's you done for the month, really. Like, 14 hours big. Yeah. 14 hours serious. With height time frame and low time frames to see the whole picture. Yeah, MSR, yeah, that's very, very good to do, because you can get caught up, and this has happened to me all the time. Every time I say something like a potential mistake or something, I've normally made it, and this is a mistake I've 100% made, and it's getting caught too much in the lower time frames. You zoom in, and then you're looking at what's going on, and you're trying to figure out this and that, and you forget to zoom out. And although you might not know exactly what you're looking for, just zooming out and allowing your brain to see that picture is very important. And at this point, a lot of you have seen charts a lot, okay? You've seen price action do all sorts of things. Your brain, like, it knows what's going on now. It's built up that subconscious ability, okay? And so letting it work instead of confining it to all of these crazy things is important. So I do agree. Seeing either having a second monitor or just zooming out to the higher time frame can really be helpful. Really, really helpful. For his next... Yeah, Darren. He's the type of guy to rob a bank, wait for them to refill it and just rob it again the next day. Like, that is what he is doing on gold. Literally. Great at 45.82, something he's using your kind of lot size. Yeah, big money. Big money. Craig's doing very, very well. I think Jay is doing... Jay was in a nice buy position as well, actually. I know Leon was. Seems like it was a big day in the group today. So yeah. I'm hoping this just does something now. I kind of want to... yeah, just make a new all-time high or something. Yeah, Jay's doing really well. I have a call with Jay on Friday, actually. Oh, nice, Darren. Really nice. That's really, really, really good. And by the way, guys, something new in the Discord is we're trying to make the way to get support even easier. So what I mean by that is a ticketing system where basically you submit a ticket and either me, Adam, Jay, Ben, or one of the educators will take on that ticket. Whoever feels they can answer the question the best will take on that ticket and they'll answer your question for you. So you just submit a ticket. I'm struggling with this, and this. Boom. Person who thinks that they can sort of answer that to the fullest, they'll take on that ticket and answer that question. Then if you want to book in a call with support, so Jay and Adam, you can book in a call and you literally, instead of doing it in the call booking section, we're going to have a Calendly set up so you can just see the times that are available. Book in, and it's super, super easy. So, yeah, really trying to improve the support as well in the group, even more so. Not necessarily improve it, but make it easier. Yeah, I can't remember who messaged it me now, but someone did say about the ticketing system like last month or something, or a month or so ago, and they messaged me yesterday. I want to say it was UKT. I don't think it was UKT though. They messaged me on Telegram last night. I can't remember who it was. You texted, yeah, Red Snapper. We're just sort of testing it right now, like trying to improve it because it's weird to. I want to make it as easy as possible. So that's why I put in the Discord yesterday, like just write random stuff so we can see the flow and make sure it works and this, that, and the other. So right now it's being like optimized to be as easy as possible because there's a couple things which are a bit not as good as they can be with it. And we've also added it welcomes new members to the group. I can get Ozzy Osbourne to welcome new members to the group, but I don't know whether that's a good idea. Yeah. That can be done, though. Good old Aussie. Causing carnage he is. Ah, that was hilarious. I'm going to be honest. It was completely out of the blue, but I did really enjoy that. Okay, guys, I think gold's just booming up here. I don't think we're going to come back for a retest anytime soon. So I've taken partials on this position here. See up here, took partials, which is nice. And then I'll probably move this stop loss just here so it's in profit. And then just chill with that. And yeah, so hope everyone had an amazing day thus far. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, See you in a bit, guys. Take care, and I'll be live later on tonight at 8 p.m. UK time, going over today and coming up with a plan for tomorrow. If you're not already in the private group as well, there is a link on the YouTube description. You can click on that and drop me a message personally to get involved in the private group. In there, you get signals, analysis, courses, community, everything you could possibly need to profit as a trader is included, completely free in there. So, yeah, take care, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Oh, gold's moving up now. This is lovely. See you in a bit, Chris. See you in a bit, Naz. And great to have you on as well today, Naz. See you in a bit, Matty, Matthew, Ian, Father of Dooland, Darren, Katie, Red Snapper, Justine, Katie, Darren, Heath. Take care, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tonight.